Here's an ET Now exclusive. Vedanta Limited's promoters, the Vedanta Resources Group, is planning to increase its stake in Vedanta Limited by another 10%. This is coming close on the heels of two important events. The first one, of course, being the failed attempt to delist Vedanta Limited back in October, and the second, a more recent event, that's when Vedanta Resources Group was able to purchase 5% of Vedanta Limited from the open market last week. Remember, last week's bulk deal had Vedanta Mauritius Holdings picking up about 18.5 crore shares of Vedanta Limited from the open market. So they managed to increase their stake holding in Vedanta Limited from a little over 50% to now 55.04 odd percent. Let's understand what are the regulatory norms, around this promoter acquisition. Firstly, SEBI's regulation says that a promoter can pick up to a 5% stake in one fiscal year in the company without having to launch an open offer. In June 2020, SEBI enhanced this limit from 5% to 10%, but only for this fiscal year, FY21. So currently, Vedanta Resources Group actually has the headroom to increase their stake in Vedanta Limited before March 2021 to 60%. So it was 50%. They bought 5% last week from the open market, and they can buy another 5% in this fiscal year itself. Now further, once April 2021 comes and we start off a new financial year, they get a chance to pick up another 5% stake. So that means Vedanta Resources could increase their stake to 65%. And what's more, if this limit, this enhancement of the limit, for this fiscal year is extended to the next fiscal year, then actually Vedanta Resources has the headroom to increase their stake by 70% in FY22. But that's of course only if SEBI does say that, look, we are extending this enhanced limit to the next fiscal year as well. But there's nothing, of course, of that sort come from SEBI yet, and I think it'll come a little later, in the following months. But this is what we understand from sources currently. Remember that Vedanta Resources had taken a loan of almost about $3 billion. The shareholding in Vedanta Limited has been pledged. Unfortunately, because they were not able to get sufficient bids, the delisting attempt failed. So now what Vedanta Resources is left with is this $3 billion cash. So they can sort of utilize it by increasing their stake in Vedanta Limited, and it looks like that's what they're doing. They increased it by 5% last week, and what we understand from sources is that they may increase it by another 10% in the following months. That's from now to April or May 2021. We did reach out to Vedanta for a comment, but have not received any response from them.